Welcome to Askprep, your trusted companion for UPSC and IAS preparation. Today we will study about a very important topic of general knowledge, which is famous Nobel Laureates and their fields. This topic is very important, which holds great significance not only for understanding global contributions to science, literature and peace, but also from a strategic and intellectual perspective for UPSC and IAS aspirants. So without further delay, let's get started. The Nobel Prize is a prestigious international award recognizing outstanding contributions in 6 fields: physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, peace, and economics. Nobel laureates are awarded a gold medal, diploma, and cash prize for their groundbreaking work, and become part of an esteemed community of innovators. Here are some of the most notable Nobel laureates across various fields. Starting with physics. Marie Curie, 1903, Curie won the Nobel Prize in Physics for her research on radiation phenomena, along with her husband Pierre Curie and French physicist Antoine-Henri Becquerel. Curie was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. Albert Einstein, 1921, Albert Einstein was awarded the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his discovery of the photoelectric effect, not his theory of relativity. Einstein's work on the photoelectric effect described how light could create electricity by knocking an electron off an atom. This idea is the basis for how solar panels work today. Richard Feynman, 1965, Richard P. Feynman won the 1965 Nobel Prize in Physics for his work in quantum electrodynamics, QED. Feynman's work in QED revolutionized the understanding of waves and particles, and tied together the phenomena of light, radio, electricity, and magnetism. He shared the prize with Julian Schwinger and Shinichiro Tomonaga, who independently developed similar theories. Some of them get Nobel Prize in chemistry. Marie Curie, 1911, Marie Curie was awarded the 1911 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for her discovery of the radioactive elements radium and polonium. Radioactive compounds became important sources of radiation for scientific experiments and medical treatments. Curie was the first woman to receive a Nobel Prize in radiation phenomena in 1903. She is the only person to win Nobel Prizes in 2 different scientific categories. Linus Pauling, 1954. In 1954, Linus Carl Pauling won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his work on the nature of chemical bonds and their role in the structure of complex substances. The Nature of the Chemical Bond, a 1939 work that became a standard in the field. James Watson, 1962. In 1962, James Watson won the Nobel Prize for the discovery of the structure of DNA. In 1953, Watson and Crick co-authored a paper in Nature that proposed the double helix structure of DNA. Dorothy Hodgkin, 1964. In 1964, Dorothy Hodgkin was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for her work in determining the molecular structures of penicillin and vitamin B12 using X-ray crystallography. Hodgkin was the 3rd woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, after Marie Curie in 1911 and Irene Joliot Curie in 1935. Next is in medicine. Starting with Alexander Fleming, 1945. In 1945, Alexander Fleming won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for his discovery of penicillin and its effectiveness in treating infectious diseases. Barbara McClintock, 1983. Barbara McClintock won the 1983 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for her discovery of mobile genetic elements, also known as transposable elements. Elizabeth Blackburn, 2009. In 2009, Elizabeth Blackburn won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for her work on telomeres and telomerase. Moving with literature. Rabindranath Tagore, 1913. In 1913, Rabindranath Tagore won the Nobel Prize in Literature for his collection of poetry, Geetanjali. Tagore was the first Indian and the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. T.S. Eliot, 1948. In 1948, Thomas Stearns Eliot, 1888 to 1965, won the Nobel Prize in Literature for his outstanding, pioneer contribution to present-day poetry. Eliot was a poet, dramatist, critic, editor, and publisher. His work influenced many poets and is considered a landmark in modern literature. Gabriel Garcia Marquez, 1982. in 1982, Gabriel Garcia Marquez won the Nobel Prize in Literature for his novels and short stories that combine the fantastic and the realistic. His 1967 novel 100 Years of Solitude was a major success, selling millions of copies and being translated into many languages. Toni Morrison, 1993. In 1993, Toni Morrison became the first African woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Morrison is known for her poetic prose. Moving with Peace. Martin Luther King Jr. 1964. In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his nonviolent fight for civil rights and racial justice. At the age of 35, King became the youngest man, and only the second African American, to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Malala Yousafzai, 2014. Malala Yousafzai was awarded the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize for her work to advocate for girls' education and children's rights. At 17 years old, Malala was the youngest person to ever win the Nobel Peace Prize. Nelson Mandela, 1993. In 1993, Nelson Mandela was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his work to end apartheid in South Africa and establish a new democracy. He was the leader of the African National Congress, ANC, liberation movement and was imprisoned for 27 years, including time on Robben Island. Jane Addams, 1931. In 1931, Jane Addams became the first American woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize, sharing it with Nicholas Butler. The award recognized her and Butler for their efforts to promote peace in their countries and around the world. Addams was a leader in the settlement house movement in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. She established Hull House, America's first settlement house, to improve the lives of the urban poor. Next is economics. Milton Friedman, 1976. In 1976, Milton Friedman won the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences for his work on consumption analysis, monetary history and theory, and stabilization policy. Co-author of Free to Choose, A Personal Statement and Two Lucky People, Memoirs, and author of Capitalism and Freedom. Amartya Sen, 1998. In 1998, Amartya Sen won the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences for his work in welfare economics. His research helped to develop ways to prevent and fight famine. Sen's work also contributed to the understanding of social choice theory, economic and social justice, and development economics. Joseph Stiglitz, 2001. In 2001, Joseph Stiglitz won the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences for his work on markets with asymmetric information. Stiglitz is an American economist and professor at Columbia University. Elinor Ostrom, 2009. In 2009, Elinor Ostrom became the first woman to win the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences for her research on economic governance, particularly the management of shared resources, or commons. Ostrom's 1990 book Governing the Commons demonstrated how user associations can successfully manage common property. Famous Nobel laureates and their fields collectively contribute to the advancement of global knowledge, ensuring groundbreaking achievements in various domains of human endeavor. These laureates not only represent excellence in their respective fields but also drive inspiration and progress in science, literature, and peace efforts. Nobel laureates serve as vital symbols of human ingenuity, connecting nations through their contributions to global issues and supporting worldwide progress. Their work facilitates the exchange of ideas across disciplines, sustains academic growth, and creates pathways for future innovations. However, challenges such as ensuring inclusivity, addressing emerging global issues, and adapting to technological advancements need to be tackled to maintain the relevance of the Nobel legacy. These laureates, with their remarkable achievements, not only highlight the importance of individual efforts but also underscore the collective role of humanity in addressing global challenges. In conclusion, famous Nobel laureates are not just recipients of a prestigious award but also represent engines of intellectual growth and development. Each laureate has their unique contributions and strengths, catering to the diverse needs of the global community. Understanding these Nobel laureates is essential for comprehending the progress of human civilization and its role in solving critical global issues. At Askprep, we aim to bring such insights to help you prepare better for your UPSC and IAS examinations. Thank you. This is Askprep, your guide to mastering UPSC and IAS preparation. Let's decode complex topics and simplify your journey to success.